Hello everyone, it's a Cursed Monk, and today's tutorial will be about my working place. And on the working place we can use different views, as I showed in previous tutorials. You can switch some views from orthographic to perspective view, but in Maya we can switch, for example, from wireframe to shaded mode or textured mode. So in this case we will try to use the second part. It's a shaded wireframe, and we will know what is numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 8 and what they are doing. So let's get started and create for this example I will create a sphere, or maybe it doesn't matter. I will create a sphere, and as you see right now the sphere is in wireframe mode. That's why we see only these polygons. If we will press wait a second. Okay, if we will press 4, it will be wireframe. As you see here, this cube is a wireframe, and when I pressing 4, it's a shortcut, of course, or you can press this cube, and the second one will be shaded. So if I will press the 5, we're now in the shaded mode, and if I will press 6, nothing changed, but really it's going on textured mode. So if that sphere will have a texture, it will appear, because if we will be in shaded mode we can't see the textures. It's simple. And we passed from 1 to 3 numbers. These numbers smoothing, for smoothing. For example, right now I believe that sphere is on smoothing 3. As you see, nothing changed. If I'll press 2, the shape will start showing some angles, and it's not a perfect sphere. If I will press 1, you see that from the sphere we have some kind of different shape. So this sphere, if we press 3, it's really great because we can have a sphere with so low geometry. That's why NURBS is so great. Of course we can use polygons, but with a polygon sphere we can increase the we can use normally smoothing from 1 to 3. It's more like for NURBS or subdivisions, subdivision primitives. For example, if I will create subdivision primitives, it will work too. And for this example I will do it. I will delete it, or I will just move it to another location. Okay, I will create a subdivision primitive sphere, and I will scale it, and I will move it a little bit aside here. So if I will press 1, nothing changed. Second, it's a little bit more smoothed, and 3, it's almost a perfect sphere. And as you see, it's have a little bit lower geometry than the NURBS, but the result almost the same. And for a third example, we will take a polygon's primitive sphere. And as you see, even in default we have a lot of divisions, and it's really not so great if you try to save some geometry and space. And if we will try to go and try to use the smoothing key from 1 to 3, it's almost nothing doing to that sphere because it's a polygonal sphere. And if we want to get more smoothed on the sphere of polygonal sphere, we need to use smoothing and increasing the division level. It's only way to smooth the polygonal spheres or any shapes. Okay, so we stopped at number 6. As you see, these numbers still working on all of this primitives or polygons or NURBS or subdivision. So if I want to add for example texture for the sphere, I will go to the rendering, hypershade, it's one option, or I can go to the, I believe, whoops, oh my. Okay, so I will go, in any case, there was, as I showed in previous tutorials, hypershade button 2 to assign the materials, but in my case I don't have it here, so I will go to the rendering and hypershade and I will apply a 2D texture, for example ocean, for the for the sphere. So to apply the texture on the item, I need to select the item, right click on the texture and assign texture. If you want to adjust the color or change the color, you can just, oh, it's a texture, sorry. So if you want to play with that, and as you see, I can see properly the texture, I need to press the number 6 or the texture mode, and the texture will appear. Of course, this texture is not really great, and I will try to change it to something more visible, for example like that one. And as you see, our sphere have a texture, and if I want to render this, I can just click the render button. Besides, for rendering I'm using the mental ray. So when you're pressing a mental ray, go to the quality. Oh my, I'm lagging. Great. So in quality I will use the custom and pick the max sample level of 2. I believe it will be enough. And we will pick for presets resolution HT and try to rendering. Okay, and as you see, we have here almost the same spheres, but one sphere have a texture on it. Simple as that. And the 8 button, it's for drawing. So if you want to enter and exit, as you see, when I exiting, the panels appear. So if you want to disable this pen, just click the moving tool or any other tool, and I believe you don't use the 8 button much. And we have here 7, and for a 7 button, if we press the 7, as you see, we have dark spheres, and this is for a lightning. So I don't have here a lightning, so I will try to create it fast. For example, I will pick any lightning, and as you see, when I'm dragging subdivision sphere, having some lights on it. This option is I will try to resize, rescale it, because it's very small. So okay, something like that, or maybe we can point it. Wait a second. I will try to point to all of them. So I'll press the T button. And I will try to point it to our spheres that we can see the result. More or less. We have some lightning, and if you want to try a lightning to see how it will be looking with a lightning or without it, you can press the 7 button and it will show how your lightning is laying on your shapes. So I believe this is it for this short tutorial, how to use the views like numbering buttons in here. Thank you for watching. Bye.